Walk with me.
Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. They have compassed me about with words of hatred and fought against me without cause. For my love they are my adversaries. But I give myself unto prayer, and they have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer become sin. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds, and beg, and let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath, and the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any favor his fatherless children. Let his prosperity be cut off, and in the generation following let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered, be with the I am, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let them be before the I am continually, that he might be cut off, and the memory of them from the earth, because he has remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken heart. Yes, that's Psalms chapter 109, verses 1 through 16. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seat forever, that we go not astray henceforth and evermore. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, yes, yes. We give God the glory and the praise for you, you, and you. And yes, the music is comforting. But anyway, we thank God for you, you, and you, and also thank God for those of you who have just are under the sound of my voice. Yes, and with the hand clap of praise, we give God the glory for all of you that have been with us since the beginning. And we thank God for those of you that have been with us after that and here and there's about. And we thank God for those of you who have just followed or subscribed. And we thank God for those of you that have about or have a mind to subscribe, calling those things that are not as though they are. Yes, yes, yes. We give God the glory and the praise, for he is worthy of all praise. Yes, yes, yes. This is a beautiful day, another beautiful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you that are viewing on this platform and other shared platforms, we thank God for you. Yes, regardless of what the platforms do, we don't worry about that. We think about it, I'm concerned, but God's not, because it's getting to who he wants this study and this reading of the book, or whatever you want to call it, this walkthrough. It's getting to whom he wants it to get through. Yeah, some deem it to be, oh, this is heresy. This is something. When you read the Bible, to a person that's been used to, that's in darkness, they cannot see it. I remember from the days that I used to be in darkness before the I am, and I'm thinking that Jesus is God, and you know, I mean, I'm really into it. I mean, I had a with this Jesus, and I just couldn't see Jesus being the only, something was wrong. All the time something was wrong, but I couldn't mete it out. But eventually God blessed me to the point where he allowed me to really consider. I mean, I went back and forth with those who would teach the same things, and you know, it was really something else. And I was vehement, but the fact is that we left our first love. See, they are twisted. They done turned the sheet around. They talking about Jesus, your first love. But the Most High, even the Father, Tatan Zambi Sinini Nainini, I am that I am. Hey, Ya Allah. Yes, he. See, some of you don't get that, Ya Allah. You don't get that one. Search it. It means I am God. That's what it means. Tell you the truth. But either way, Yah, I am. Sanini Nanini means I am that I am. For those of you who so engulfed in your own world and don't think that God he has people all over the world. Israel has been scattered all over the entire world. You cannot limit him to your vicinity, your neighborhood, or your country. He's not limited to that. He's not limited to just the thug around the street. He's not limited to just just your might of your country that you might be in. How you think is mighty? God is mightier. God is a global God because he created the globe. He created whatever you believe, flat earth, or you believe the globe. He created it. Period. Now, God is going to avenge the poor and needy and those who have been wronged by those who think they have so much in knowing that you came here with nothing. And surely when you leave here, you're not going to even have it. You came here in a body and you're going to leave that body here to be just consumed by the earth in one way or another, either by the flame or by the bugs of the dirt. Either one. It's going to happen. So you can enjoy the body that God gives you and praises and glorifying him, enjoying the fruit of your labor that God has blessed you with, and bless those who do not have, because there are temptation unto you. Yes, they are. But don't let the deceivers deceive you, because you have many really online. You have many online deceivers. Some, they act as though they're hungry. They will tell you all kinds of stories from different countries. Yes, all kinds of stories, and trying to get a buck or a denaro or whatever, or a shilling out of you. So you have to be very careful, and even a buck. And just because someone might ask you for 20 bucks, how many people are they asking for 20 bucks throughout the internet? So you have to be careful. And it's just like some of the people you see on the street begging and then go around the corner and get into a Lamborghini, and then you wonder, how did they get rich? You made them rich. But they got rich just like it is allegedly said of the CEO of Goodwill. Nothing. Selling nothing. Free stuff, free money. Okay, now we're in the book of Jasher, chapter 85. We're going to finish this chapter 85, and we're going to enter in chapter 86 very soon. Now, we have it here where the children of Moab, what they did to Israel in that place, in the plain of Shittim. Yeah, they throw their women at him. They throw their women at them when God told them not to mingle. Yes, they throw their women at him. I mean, all fixed up and pretty and all of this. Yes, it was all good to them. They felt real good. I mean, they thought they was fine. I mean, you be a fat man, ugly man, whatever, destitute, even broke, according to some of you. Didn't matter. They wanted you to fall. They wanted to go God. See, this is what's happening now. When you start eating pork, when you start doing these things, it's okay. We're in the New Testament. The New Testament is to sway you. Look at the deceitfulness of the New Testament. What is it doing? And then they have went and changed some of the Old Testament. Just like the dream of Peter. There's deception there. In other words, Peter, the Peter of the Old New Testament, what did he do? And they that were going by the law of the Most High, they did not concern themselves with Gentiles. No, they didn't. And then they just say, "Oh, just however you feel, just don't." They didn't concern themselves with them. They ate separately from them. Oh, we have a long way to go. What is swaying you from the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the law? It's the New Testament. Tell you the truth, it is. You got John the Baptist wearing an unclean animal across his chest. One thing you can touch an unclean animal, you may want to bury him, but you have to wash and be unclean until the evening, says God. But oh, that's old stuff, is what we say. That's old stuff. We in the New Testament now. Matter of fact, you don't even have to, you can sin all you want. Do what you want to do against the law. There is no law in the New Testament. Your law that says love, and half the time you don't even know what love is. Not even half the time. Love is not even defined in the New Testament. The attributes of love, the attitude of love, yes, that is said. But what is the measure of love? How do we know we're loving a person? Does it mean enslaving them and beating them and taking alligators and throwing them into the river, take their babies and throw them to the alligators in the river to eat alligator tail? God is angry because this has been the strong delusion toward his people for over hundreds of years. It's this New Testament. Even those of you on the continent of Africa, you've been swayed by the New Testament. Why do you think they go to such length as to make you do these things? Not only that, but even Islam, the Arabic religion, to sway you into these things. They know their religion. You know who God is. You were the one sitting up there sacrificing unto the Most High. You were saying God of our fathers, God of Ubuntu, God of so-and-so, and God of Abraham. And you went all the way back to Abraham, or however your language would describe him or say his name. That was your spiritualism. You sacrificed goats and lambs and all kind of bullocks unto the Most High. Now you turn to the beggarly elements of the flesh, which is Christianity and Islam. They're beggarly. Anything that has to do with men is idolatry. The man being the middleman is idolatry. These things were ingrained in you, ingrained in your parents, and your parents ingrained them in you. It's just a perpetual thing that the Satans have come about. And according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, these things are made so because the wrath of the Most High is there to remain on you as long as you practice these things. Even your mindset of what is rich and what is poor and what is broke and what is not broke have been set by the Satans. If you have bread and water and a lean-to, you are not broke. Oh, my. The web is weaved for you. But now let us continue. Let me get into this before my time is up. Now we're in verse 62 of the book of Jubilees, chapter 85 and verse 62. Yes, Jubilees 85 and verse 62. Now there was a man of the children of Simeon whose name was Zimri, the son of Salu, who connected himself with the Midianite Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, king of Midian, in the sight of all the children of Israel. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw this wicked thing which Zimri had done. What did Zimri do? And he took a spear and rose up and went after them and pierced them both and slew them. And the pestilence ceased from the children of Israel. In other words, it was like an aching in the camp. There's harmony in heaven. The only way God can really get that harmony that these angels that have gotten out of his realm, or what we call heaven, he has to remove them. They've already committed the crime of committing adultery with other men's wives, and they've already committed the crime of laying and then they breathe the abominations called giants. Then you say God said a spirit overshadowed Mary. Whether it was him or not, it was an abomination. No spirit was supposed to interact with any human beings in that way. That's against the law of the Most High, according to the book of Enoch and Jubilees. There's a law against that, and they know it. And why would God even take a virgin, what he called a virgin that was enthralled to another man? That's a married woman, according to the law. She's married. Any man that lays with a woman that is betrothed shall be cut off from among his people. In other words, he's going to be put to death. Period. So therefore, that just gets that out the way. The whole New Testament, every prophet, everything is gone. Every prophecy that you think is not what you think it is in the Old Testament. Get it right. Now, Phinehas was jealous for the Most High, and he loved his God, son of Aaron. Reason being because Aaron was one, his mother and father was of that of the child of tribe of Levi, and they were only mandated, regardless, they only could marry a Levite woman. Moses could not, because he married outside of his people. Now, saw this wicked thing, and Zimri had done, and he took a spear and rose up after them. Now, he done his thing. Was he a murderer? No, because God would have did it. God chose him. And at that time, after the pestilence, the I Am said to Moses and to Eleazar, the son of Aaron, and the priest, saying, number the heads of the whole community of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upward, all that went forth in the army. And Moses and Eleazar numbered the children of Israel after their families, and the number of all Israel was 700,730. Why would God do such a thing? God wants a people that would obey him. In other words, he's saying no mixing. Why is no mixing? Because you're mixing two ideologies. You're mixing paganism with what God told you to do, to idolatry, which is called paganism in other language. Idolatry. Many nations are after the order of the idolatry. They're all after the order of idolatry. When you go with a rock, your beads, all these things, your chanting and all this other stuff, it's idolatry. There is only one God. You don't pray to the angels. You don't worship angels. They worship God. And they want you to worship him too. His presence is with some angels, and they will not bow. Even though you bow, they know his presence is with them, and you're bowing to that presence of God that is with that angel. You need to read to understand. You have no direct communication with God as far as that. If there was an Isis, why would God need angels? See, you've dismissed everything. Why would God even use angels if he had this Jesus, the middleman between man and all this? Well, what good is it? Foolish mortals. Foolish mortals. But either way, they numbered the children of Levi from 1 month old and upward was 23,000. Amongst there was not a man of those numbered by Moses, Aaron in the wilderness in Sinai. For the I Am had told them that they would die in the wilderness, so they all died. Now we're nearing the part where God is about to allow them to inherit the land, except for Caleb and Oshey, son of Nun. His name is not Joshua. The J wasn't there, so his name was, it's an offshoot, and they just added the J onto his name. It's right there. Reading Deuteronomy, it's right there. Just look up it. Moses called, his father called him Oshey, but Moses called him Joshua. Biggest lie ever told, or biggest, should I say, deceitfulness. And they call it transliteration. Come on here! And one had been left of them except Caleb and the son of Japheth and Oshey, or Oshua. That's what they would say, because they won't pronounce it that way. It sounds too blackish. It sounds too African. The son of Nun. You go to Nigeria and ask them, the name Oshey is all through Nigeria. Now, the I Am said to Moses, say unto the children of Israel to avenge upon Midian and their cause of their brethren, the children of Israel. And Moses did so, and the children of Israel chose from among them 12,000 men, being 1,000 to a tribe, and they went to Midian, the Midianites. And the children of Israel warred against Midian, and they slew every male. See, the male is representative of the nation, because you cannot change the nation of the male. The nation of the woman is changed by marriage, And then that which comes, the man puts in the woman, is of the seed of the man, which is of the man's nation. Whether you agree with it or not, that's the way it is. Whether you get angry, woman, with your rebellious self. And they slew every man also 5 princes of Midian, and Balaam, the son of Beor, did they slay with the, oh, it's about time. That guy was just a cancer with the children of Israel. He started with Moses from a child. Moses is avenged now because Balaam is slain. The angel had to save Moses. He was a baby, and Balaam, through whatever demon would talk to him or give him the wisdom. Some people have demonic wisdom. And it's not even, now that saying is true, as these Satans can even disguise themselves as angels of truth and light. They can do this. And he says, and the children of Israel took their wives of Midian captives with their little ones and their cattle, all belonging to them. Their little girls would be wives, and their wives would be, should I say, servants, and those who were virgins would be wives to bear children unto Israel. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, and they brought to Moses. They brought it to Moses and Eleazar to the plain of Moab. And Moses and Eleazar and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them with joy. Yes, it's just like Melchizedek, Shem going to meet even Abraham after the battle with joy, even to the point where Abraham gave him 1/10 of all the spoil. Yes. And they divided all the spoil of Midian, and the children of Israel had been revenged upon Midian for the cause of their brethren, the children of Israel. Even Moses himself was avenged. Yes, all praises to the Most High. Yes, 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 yes. And some of you say, well, God is a murderer. God killed more. You hear that this one guy, he talks about, he says, God killed more people than anybody in the whole Bible. That's right. Did not the inventor destroy many things before he got to the right invention? He got to the one that works right? Who are you to judge God? You didn't make man. You didn't see the earth when it was formed from out of darkness. You didn't see the sun when it was created. You didn't sit up there and tell God how to make a blade of grass and then destroy it by fire. You can't even make fire. You can cause fire, but you cannot make it. Oh, respectfully. Shout out to my brother. I like that. But either way, and at that time, I'm in chapter 87. We're going to read a little bit into that, and then we're going to wrap it up for this day. And at that time, the I am said to Moses, behold, thy days are approaching to an end. Take now Oshey, the son of Nun, thy servant, and place him in the tabernacle. And I will command him. And Moses did so. And Moses appeared into the tabernacle, into the pillar of cloud. And the pillar of cloud stood at the entrance of the tabernacle. Now, this pillar was covering, because God is so holy. God is so anointed. His power is so great. You that judge God, you couldn't even stand not even a mile from it and not be on your face or on your back, or you would be demised. I put it that way. Because if you can pass through the fire of God, then God have cleansed you from your sin. Only God can cleanse sin. Jesus didn't cleanse nobody of no sin. That's a lie that came through. I don't know where they got that lie from. Now, the Pharisees and that narrative said it right. Only God can forgive sins. But yet they slipping this thing on you. Watch, if you read the Old Testament, how they manipulate it. Many things. They're doing it to control you. This is the essence of government and religion. To to control the people. Else the people will see through the wickedness of their government and also the things that their government does to other governments. To control you, to make you reverence them. And this, even in his book, The Discoverers, Daniel Bornstein points it out, how the control of governments is derived through religion. Not only in Christianity, but also God is the government, and he is the religion, if you want to put it that way. God is the government. All the governments of the world are patterned after God's way. Patterned and not God's way, is what I said. Now, and the I Am commanded Joshua, son of Nun, and said to him, be strong and courageous, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel to the land which I swore to give them, and I will be with thee. And Moses said to Joshua, be strong and courageous, for thou wilt make the children of Israel inherit the land, and the I Am will be with thee, and he will not leave thee nor forsake thee. Be not afraid nor disheartened. In other words, God, you follow God. God, as long as you do what God says, God is with you. Not beside you, but before you. You follow God. And Moses called all the children of Israel and said to them, you have seen all the good which the I Am your God has done for you in the wilderness. All the rest of them are dead. Their parents are dead. Now therefore observe all the words of this law and walk of this law. Oh, Jesus changed that. Yeah, Jesus got rid of that. Yo, Isis, this damnable, devilish doctrine, got rid of it all. You can tell by the beginning of it. You've heard that it was said of them of old, thou shalt not commit adultery. But in other words, he was taken over from God. The deceitfulness is right there. None of us saw it. Oh, the law is passed because we cannot sacrifice. They could not sacrifice in Persia. They could not sacrifice in Grecia. They could not sacrifice even in, should I say, during Nebuchadnezzar's time. Babylon. You cannot sacrifice even now. Most of you can't. So what that got to do with the Old Testament being gone? There is no New Testament. There's nothing. It's a curse unto the children of Israel. Yes, you're cursed for his sake. You're cursed, period. As long as you go by the doctrine and the narrative and those who tell you all these things and call themselves a church. Yeah, where's the congregation of the Most High? You call it a church. Then you confine it to a building. Then you give it a 304 code by the government. Control! Come on here. By a wicked and evil government of many nations. They want control through religion. But now they have come to the point where they don't need religion. Now they have control because they allow people to do what they want. And if you don't do what we want, we can take away your rights to walk out of your gender, your rights to. You can divorce your husband and he has to pay everything. Control to the ideology of maybe a group of people. And even in your churches. Control. And with that, Moses taught, verse 7. He says now, I'm going to read this now. He says, he said, in verse 6, now therefore observe all the words of this law and walk in the way of the I Am your God. Turn not from the way which the I Am has commanded you, neither to the left or to the right. Look ahead. This is where God wants you. This is what he told you. This is what he commanded you. Ahead. And Moses taught the children of Israel statutes and judgments and laws to do in the land. And the I Am commanded him. Oh, this is just so beautiful. But it was God said, look ahead, look ahead, look ahead. I got for you here. Don't worry about the lynchings and all that stuff that was behind. Yes, good. Remember it, that God is going to avenge you for it. But the fact is, what is God going to do next? This is what we look ahead to. Now with that, we're going to say peace.
Walk with me.